How does feet per second affect input lag in competitive games? Imagine your game is a race, and every millisecond counts. The faster your system updates what you see on screen, the quicker you can react. That's where frames per second come into play. Frames per second tell us how many images your game shows every second. When you have more frames, your game updates more often. If you play at 60 frames per second, each frame lasts about 16.7 milliseconds. That means your input might take that long to show up on screen. But if you boost your game to 240 frames per second, each frame only lasts about 4.2 milliseconds. That's a big difference. This faster update rate means your actions, like moving your mouse or pressing a key, are reflected on screen much sooner. In competitive gaming, that quick feedback can be the difference between winning and losing. Players who aim for very high frames per second, like 300 or more, often do so on high refresh rate monitors. These monitors refresh their images very quickly, matching or coming close to the game's frame rate. When your game's frames match your monitor's refresh rate, the delay between your input and what you see is minimized. It's not just about speed. Higher frames also make fast-moving objects clearer. You see less motion blur, so tracking opponents becomes easier. This clarity helps you aim better and react faster. But remember, the monitor's refresh rate also matters. If your monitor refreshes at 60 times a second, playing at 60 frames per second makes sense. But if you have a monitor that refreshes to 140 times a second, playing at that same high frame rate gives you the smoothest, most responsive experience. Some technologies can trick your system into showing more frames than it actually processes, like frame generation. These can add latency because they delay real input processing. So, for the best results, stick with native high frame rates from your graphics card. To keep input lag low, aim for the highest stable frame rate your hardware can handle. Use a high refresh rate monitor and lower your graphics settings if needed to boost frames. Avoid features that artificially increase frames, like frame interpolation. Also, use gaming peripherals with high polling rates and low latency. By understanding how frames per second influence input lag, you can fine-tune your setup for faster reactions. This means quicker aiming, smoother gameplay, and a real edge in competitive matches. Remember, every millisecond counts when you're trying to outplay your opponents.